Hello everybody and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra and today we're going to do a Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading, and it is keeping with our recent theme of using the beach theme and nice warm sunny topics and things like that. And so today's Pick-a-Pile reading is going to be on what wish or wishes are you going to be granted. As usual, we have 3 different piles to choose from. If you're unfamiliar with pick-a-pile readings, basically there are 3 different piles here, and whichever pile you're drawn into the most is the one that Spirit is telling you to watch, because that's the one that should have the messages for you. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you do run across this reading, it should apply to you at that time. And resonate with you, as long as you're at least drawn to one pile. If you're having trouble deciding between the piles, or if you're drawn to more than one pile especially, you can watch more than one pile. It is possible to get messages from more than one, and some people do have that happen. So you can watch more than one pile if that is the case for you. Alright, so we have 3 different piles here. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. We had genie bottles we put with each pile to kind of help you decide. Pile 1 has a red one, pile 2 has a gold one, and pile 3 has a blue one. Alright, so remember, this is on what wish or wishes might you be granted. We do have our tarot cards. We will be looking at our charms and our oracle spheres later as well. So you can be also thinking of your yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to. Here in a moment, we will give you some time to reflect on the piles. That way you can close your eyes, you can take a deep breath, you can open them back up and figure out which one you're most drawn to. But I would just like to say, if you have not subscribed to the channel, I would love to invite you to do so, especially after you've watched your reading and you felt like we gave you some value for your time. If you hit the bell icon, you can be notified of future videos when those come out. We do put out videos every week. So that'll let you know when the new one's posted. Also, if you can leave us comments in the comments section, give the video a thumbs up, and share the video or the channel, especially with your friends and family. If you could give a link to the channel to your friends on social media, that's wonderful, and we greatly appreciate it. And for all of those of you who have already done this and keep doing these things for us, we just want to say thank you very much. Alright, so we're going to give you time to reflect on your piles, and then when you're ready, there will be timestamps in the description for each pile listed, and then you can go directly to your reading when you're ready. We'll see you there. Hello, reading 1, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the red genie bottle, and we're going to see what wish or wishes you're going to be granted. Now, I don't really have a time limit on these wishes. I kind of had a thought in my mind, maybe within the next 6 months or so, but there really is no time limit. These could be ones that you're going to be granted later on from that, but I would like to say within that time frame. Be forewarned, Marty the cat has tried to come visit us a couple of times while I was setting up the cards this week, so he might try to make another appearance. I don't know if he's attracted to the sand or not, but I'm hoping not too attracted. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so let's just kind of take a look here. Don't forget, we will be looking at charms a little later, as well as our oracle spheres. So you can be thinking of your yes or no question to get your answer to. Alright, first of all, we had a Lenormand card with each one, so we're going to look at that. Ooh, stork. And 17. 17 is such a magical number. I love 17. And the Queen of Hearts, too. Wow, that's really good. We will be looking at that here in a moment. Alright, let's see what else we got. Ooh, we got the Emperor. And the King of Swords. Oh my, look at the major arcana we got going here. The Two of Cups. Oh my goodness. Oh, the Ten of Cups. Wow. The Ace of Pentacles. The Sun card. Oh, how beautiful. The Ten of Swords. Interesting. Okay. I know how that, I can see right away how that goes. All right, we also have the Hierophant. And the Two of Cups. Okay, interesting. I'll put the Two of Cups back here. Move things over a little bit. All right, I can tell you right away. The first thing that came to mind, of course, with the stork, everybody thinks of children, that kind of thing, and that is very possible to be one thing that you're going to get. But what I saw with the whole reading as a whole isn't necessarily children in of themselves, like right away as a gift, like right now. It could be, but I see it as part of a whole gift, which is a very happy home life and family. You have several cards that indicate this. You have the Emperor, which likes to look over his family and his kingdom and take care of all of that. But you have the Two of Cups twice, which shows that wonderful connection that you can have between two people, that care about each other and have a wonderful time romantically and that kind of thing. So I see, if you're not already involved with somebody that is your life partner, if you don't already have that person, that is a gift that's going to be bestowed upon you at some point, that you are going to find that person that you can be together with and have a very caring, wonderful relationship with. If you already have that person, just know that you can grow into a wonderful, because maybe you just met them recently, or maybe you've only been together a little while, and know that you are going to be able to have this wonderful home life with them, and this wonderful, caring family with them, is what I see with that. One of the things that made me feel this way as well was this Ten of Swords. This is from the Romance deck, which is really interesting because this particular Ten of Swords, usually it's the Ten of Swords is they've been totally beaten down, they're totally finished, they have swords in their back, they're done. This particular one is more like the Sleeping Beauty. It's more like, okay, she's, sleeping here, she's ready, but yet now she has her Prince Charming coming and is going to wake her up from that sleep. The 10 is also that finishing of a particular cycle, a finishing of something where you're able to get back up and start anew and start afresh. And you also have the Ace here as well to help out with that. So it's nice to see that cycle. And so what that tells me, that maybe you've had some problems with relationships in the past. Maybe you're even in one right now that's kind of finishing up or ending or not doing so well. And that this is telling you that you can be granted the wish of a wonderful, happy relationship, a partner that you can share your life with, and that you can have that family with if you wish. But it's not necessarily a family. You don't necessarily have to have children with this family. This particular Ten of Cups cards only has one child in it. Usually there's a couple of them running around. So you don't necessarily have to have children, especially if you don't want children. But if you do want children, I do see that as something that is a gift that you will be given for sure. But let's just say, maybe you're drawn to animals or other things. You can have a wonderful home life and relationship and family from that point of view as well. And that's what I see with the Ten of Cups here. We also have the Sun card, which also represents that. It's really very cool. Um, Basically, the stork card promises changes for the better. They're going to be good changes, okay? And I do feel like for most of you guys, this is going to be in your family life. This is going to be in your romantic life. This is going to be in that kind of thing. Now, it is possible for some of you guys that it's for other things as well, which we'll look at our charms and kind of get an idea of that for some of you. But I do think that based on the cards that you have with the Emperor and the King, and it's interesting too, you have this wonderful masculine authority energy going on, and this could be, this reading, of course, is for males, females, it doesn't matter. But I do see with the Hierophant and the King of Swords and the Emperor that at some point in your life, and this might not be romantic, but that somebody highly authoritative and has that divine masculine energy is going to come into your life and is going to bring good things for you. So, for instance, if this is not the romantic type of part of the reading, it's possible that it could be a boss figure. And like I said, this person could be male, female, it doesn't matter. It's that whole authoritative type of presence that they're going to have. That, maybe they're going to give you a promotion, they're going to give you an opportunity for a new job, something like that. And that is possible for some of you guys. And that might help out with this, especially if you already have somebody in your life that you feel very connection with and close to and you're very, very happy with. Then I do see possibly somebody coming along and offering that new position or more money for what you're doing, or a raise or promotion or some other, like I said, a new job, an opportunity, business opportunity, things like that, so that you've got a chance to, live a little, richer, higher life, with a little fancier things and be happier and richer for it. So I see that as a possibility for those of you that this was not more romantically oriented, okay? So that's kind of where I'm coming from on this whole thing. But basically, your relationships are moving to a new level for sure. I think for most of you, this is romantically related and life partner related. And for a few of you, especially if you've already got your life partner, this is more business oriented and business related. Okay. But either way, it is a wonderful, wonderful wish to be granted, is to have that wonderful home life or a nice new. I still see the business thing as enriching your home life either way. So no matter how you're looking at it, that's what kind of what I see here as doing that. It's really quite interesting to me how that's working. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the charms and see what they might say for us as well. Okay. And then that way, we'll see if there's any other wishes that are going to be granted, or maybe give us a little bit more about this particular wish. Okay, well, we got another two. A two of diamonds this time, the two of pentacles. So once again, it's that coming together. It's that, having somebody. We also have the Ace of Hearts, which to me is a new start in love and a romance. And so I really feel like for most of you, this is very much your life partner type of reading. Or like I said, if you already have one, things happening in your life to make you feel very fulfilled and happy. Because we also have we have the Six of Spades, which the sixes um, deal a lot with our past. They deal a lot with our youth and our childhood. Um, and so, but they're also really good because what I really like about the sixes is they're the moving on from the fives, from the troubles of the fives, the upheaval of the fives, and the so forth. And the six of spades, is represented moving forward and moving on. And you've got a couple of aces to show that as well. And some tens, which show the ending of things, the ending of a cycle and the moving on. You've got a Ten of Pentacles as well, which is another successful. This could be in career and in business as well, or financially better off. And like I said, for those of you that this was not specifically related, or this could be two wishes for you, which is even wonderful, even more wonderful, to get your life partner and be successful, and have the abundance that you want in this life, and the amount of money to make your things happier. That's awesome. We also have the Eight of Cups as well, which once again showing completing of a task and moving on to a new journey emotionally. And so I do feel like that's kind of where you guys are at. We do have the Dragon, which is a wonderful passionate energy, which is really good for you guys to have right now. We also have the Mermaid. Um, and when I think of the Mermaid, I think of transformation, but I also think of, because of the traditional story, the way we usually see it, is she gets the love of her life. And since that's kind of something that I just keep seeing here in the story, even the crab, kind of goes along with that. For some reason, I'm thinking the Disney version all of a sudden in my head. We do have some letters here. We have a Y-E-W, so I think of you, like a new lamb or something, and we have a sheep here as well, which is interesting. Sheep to me usually represent coziness, happiness, abundance, because people that have sheep are very docile a lot of times, or can be. They're not always. Um, but you think about it, you use their wool for comfort. You knit blankets for them. So once again, it's that home spun, making of a home, and being comfortable at home, and all the trappings and comforts of home is kind of what I'm getting with that. And so that's what I get. We also do have these letters, Y-E-W. They could be initials of somebody they could spell out other words that you think of. I do think of we, which is two people together once again. You do have the spirit feather here, which I find intriguing because you also have the Hierophant, um, which shows me that spirit is heavily involved with this, and that they are helping guide you through this and helping you uh, go your way and get what you want um, with that. So just know that spirit's there with you throughout this, which is wonderful. We do have Libra, which is also nice. It's that wonderful balanced energy, which, and also again is a relationship type of energy as well, because of the balanced scales, because of the two, because of the house it represents in astrology. I instantly think of relationships and that kind of thing. So that's still where this reading is going for the most part. We do have the heart. Um, so that, once again, something is going to emotionally fulfill your heart space. Okay. We do have the confident kitty and the purple lamb. What I like about that is both of those are just showing how empowered you can be, and how confident and happy and different feeling than the way you feel right now can be. And that you could just go along through life and just be happy being who you are and who you're with and how your life is going. And that's really exciting, going on with what other wishes is listed here. So that's just kind of cool. Have a nice little aside there. All right, let's get our oracle spheres. If you've never seen these before, basically you think of a yes or no type of question that you would like to get an answer to. And then we have 4 different stands that we put the answers on. There's green, gray, blue, and gold. Some people like to use these other ways. Some people like to ask more than one question, like a couple of different questions, and have different stands represent different questions. Some people like to have a stand represent one thing and a different stand represent something else, and then depending on what answers show up, kind of help guide them through something that they're trying to work through. So there's really no right or wrong way to do this. I love the interactive part of the reading and what you guys can do for yourselves on these readings, because that makes them more individualized for yourself. So whatever however you guys decide to utilize these, or whatever you want to do with them, just go ahead and do so. But let's go ahead and get our answers here. Number 1, green, is a maybe. Well, maybe. Oop. Number 2, silver, is a no. Number 3, blue, is a not likely. And the number 4, gold, is also a not likely. All right, so number 1, green, is a maybe. Number 2, gray, is gold, or gray, is a no. Number 3, blue, is a not likely. And the number 4, gold, is also a not likely. So maybe, no, not likely, and not likely. All right, guys, so there's our Oracle Sphere answers for this week. I hope you guys had some messages that you liked from this. I hope it resonated with you. Don't forget there are 2 other piles if for some reason this one did not, or if you weren't really drawn to it that well and you just decided to watch it. We also have lots of other Timeless Tarot Pick-a-Piles on the channel that you could check out on lots of topics, so take a look through those. Also, remember to give the video a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and leave us comments in the comment section. Don't forget to check out our weekly rune readings. We do those once a week on Mondays. Those have the oracle spheres as well as angel numbers involved with those, so that might be something of interest for you to check out and look into each week. All right, guys, we do put out videos every single week, so we look forward to seeing you again in future videos. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the gold genie bottle here. So pretty. We're just going to set that back off to the side over here. All right, now we do have our tarot cards, our Lenormand card, and we've got our oracle spheres as well as our charms we're going to be looking at here just a little later. Remember, this is on what wish or wishes you're going to be granted. I didn't really have a time frame in mind when I thought of this, other than maybe within the next 6 months, although it's very possible that depending on what comes through, that it might mean a little bit more later or more of a general life wish. I'm not real sure. So we'll just see how that comes through, whatever Spirit happens to put through for us here. All right, so this is very exciting. Reading 1 was already very exciting, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have coming for you. Oh, number 13, child. Interesting. All right. Let's see what else we've got. The 6 of Wands. Okay. The 6 of Swords. Wow, interesting. The Devil. The 7 of Pentacles. The Lovers. The 10 of Wands. Okay, looks like the Knight of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, these are pages. That's what I thought. The Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. Interesting. There's a couple of things that kind of was running through my mind just a little bit. kind of just, fleeting little thoughts, but I want to make sure that everything coalesces into one thing that makes sense here and that works together with everything, because I'm not sure how to explain it. Every once in a while when I do a reading, I get a lot of things hitting me at once, but not very clearly. And so it's hard for me to coalesce it until I take a kind of a breath and kind of let it kind of flow to me and not hit me so fast and so hard with a new thing. Okay? So I'm just gonna let that happen here for just a second, because I'm thinking there might be two or three different ways to tell you guys what these wishes are, and it depends on who's watching. So I get the feeling a large group of you pick this particular pile, and it's going to manifest just slightly different for a lot of you, and so I have to say it two or three different ways, if that makes any sense. Okay. Very first thing, of course, came up was child. But I did not think of a child specifically, like getting a child, like having a child. I thought of more, especially when the sixes started showing up, and then even with a few other cards here with the pages and things, that it was more of going back to a childhood type of feeling, kind of a do-over, kind of a starting over, kind of having new opportunities, when the world was fresh and young and new, and you weren't burdened down by so many things, like, even the Ten of Wands can, have us feel very burdened, and that you were going to be shown lots of different paths of opportunities and some things to help you get back on track with your life and feel more free and carefree and happy, okay? So that was the very first wish that kind of came to my mind, and the way that was put to me, okay? But I was also shown something kind of similar to that, but in a slightly different way. In that the troubles and burdens and things that you have been experiencing, because I do feel like there is a group of you, especially, and maybe most of you, have been experiencing some rough times, possibly financially tough times, just possibly just rough things in general, where things are really difficult for you, and you feel like you got to kind of, move away from it and move on and get on. And what I see with that is that you are able to get away from these rough times, first of all. But second of all, that you would be going into a new phase of recognition, a new phase in your life of passion and joy, and being able to relax and feel comfortable and not feel like you're on edge every 2 seconds. Feel a little bit younger, feel a little bit more hopeful about the future, that kind of feeling. So it's very similar to the other way I was putting it in some ways, but in a slightly different tone. And maybe I just need to say it slightly different. Maybe it's the same wish. Maybe it's just slightly, it resonates with you guys differently, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay. The other thing I was getting, because I was actually getting something else as well, is that you have the opportunity for a new start, a new beginning. Once again, this is similar to the other two. It's similar but slightly different in that you're going to be given an opportunity to reinvent your life, I think is how I want to put that. You're going to be given the opportunity to feel young and fresh and alive again, um, possibly due to a new romance, okay? Because I do see some romantic things for some of you. Like I said, this pile is very convoluted. I think there's several of you watching, and so the wishes are all being jumbled up here. I do feel like you might get into a new relationship that is going to make you feel young, vibrant, different, and feel, young and refreshed and that kind of thing. Like I said, it's similar to the other two as far as being young again and getting recognition and reinventing yourself and all of that. So it's similar, it's just slightly different. It's going to manifest itself slightly different for each of you, and how this plays out. For some of you, like I said, you're going to have a romantic feelings. It's going to make you feel young and vibrant again. A lot of times new loves will often do that for us anyway. It'll make you feel very young and new and fresh and giddy no matter how old you are. And you're going to maybe feel like a teenager again, and you're going to feel very young and refreshed and happy and full of joy and that kind of thing. Okay? For some of you, you're going to be given an opportunity to move forward in your life, and get away from some of the strife and heartache and difficulties that you've been feeling and having. And that might make you feel young again and feel renewed and refreshed in life and hopeful again and that kind of thing. So it's a slightly different feeling. It's a slightly different thing. It's even possible that you'll be given the opportunity to have a new career, that's going to make you feel more refreshed, that's going to make you feel um, like you're not down on your luck, like you have to beg for your food or hope to, or that you're, I'm going to say this and hopefully you guys won't be offended. I try not to say offensive things, but the word that came to mind is feel like you're whoring yourself out to, get money. And I don't mean that literally. I mean it more like you guys doing whatever job you have to do to just get by and scrape by. And even then, it doesn't seem to be enough. That's what I mean by that feeling. It's what came to my head, so I kind of needed to get it out there. So for some of you, I'm sure that will resonate for you and you'll understand what I mean by that. Okay? So, I know I've not been extraordinarily clear about this, and I really hope that these messages resonate with you guys and you understand where I'm going with it. It's the same type of energy for all of you. It's just going to manifest itself slightly different for each of you in how it plays out. I even feel like some of you guys might have even feel like you need to, get away from where you had been living, and move to a whole new town, a whole new place. The Ten of Wands definitely shows the burdens that we could be carrying, but you notice how this particular Ten of Wands has children on it. This is very much a childlike energy. It's very much feeling like you felt when you were young. Even the pages are younger court cards. They're usually full of idealism. They're usually full of adventure and excitement and new ideas and being cheerful and all of that kind of stuff. And it's new hope, it's new beginnings, it's new starts. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting here. You have lots of sixes, okay? And to me, sixes are the moving forward from the troubles and the strife from the fives. They are being able to get past whatever it is. Also, this particular six, like I said, was being shown some recognition, being shown appreciation. It's a graduation ceremony type of feeling. This six is the lovers, and they are kind of doing a graduation ceremony of sorts in that they're getting married, and so forth. But you have a lot of that six energy going on here. And so, and then it was interesting too how it moved to the Seven of Pentacles. And this particular Seven of Pentacles you know, she's got her wine, she's got her book, she's kind of out in the country, she's able to have her abundance, she's got plenty growing on her tree, she's got her grapes, she's very happy. It's almost like a retirement. Whenever I saw that, I kind of thought of retirement. I kind of thought of that relaxation that retirement can bring, that whole, you know, being able to do what you want to do. So that is a message for some of you, that the wish you're going to be granted is that you're going to be able to do the kinds of things that you want to do. You're not always going to have to toil and strife just to get by. Okay, that was the message that kept trying to kind of supersede everything else, or try to come through above everything else. It was like, here, I gotta say this, I gotta say this. And it kept getting muddled up with everything else. So there is a message there for you guys, that the wish you're going to be granted. So if that is something you've been wanting to manifest into your life, if that is something you've been thinking of, is that you want to be able to do the kinds of things that you want to do when you want to do them, the things that you're passionate about, the things that you care about, and not have to toil away at work every second of every day just to get by. That is the wish that's going to be granted to those of you that was something that you've been wanting to do. It might even be all of you that have watched this particular pile, but for some of you specifically, that wish specifically came through and was granted. So that's how that came through. Whew, I really hate it when things get really jumbled like that. It's hard for me to get out to you guys what I want to say. All right, let's move on to our charms. Maybe we'll get a few more wishes, or maybe we'll get some more clarification on these particular wishes, and then we can do our oracle spheres as well. All right, let's see what we've got here. Interesting. I like that. Okay, we have the Aquarius symbol here, and we have the lantern, and we have the mermaid, which is unique and different. And all of these symbols to me represent new ideas and new passions and new things. So I'm thinking, like I said, you guys are going to be able to move forward with new thoughts, new envisions, that kind of thing. There is some of you that this is romance related, because we do have Cupid. We've also got the heart-shaped glasses, where, you know, I'm thinking, you know, you're just seeing love. We do have the love pigs here. So we have 3 symbols there for love. So some of you guys, this is definitely related to your love life. And you are going to have that new passionate partner that's going to show up, and you're going to feel a lot of love and romance that we talked about earlier. So that is a wish that is going to be granted for some of you specifically. So if that is something you've been wanting to manifest into your life, yay! That's really good. I really like that. Okay, we do have R, N, and D. Those could be initials. Those could be beginnings of words. They could spell out something that you think of. You know, partial words or something else. You know, D and R. You know, DRN, whatever. You know, those kinds of things. You know, if that resonates with you, go with it. What I like to do with the letters, because there's not a lot of them, it's more like, if something resonates with you, then that was for you specifically to pick up on, because different people watch these. So it's kind of a way for specific people to get some of their messages. So that's kind of how that goes with that. We do have the message from Spirit. So it is possible that Spirit is going to be sending you some sort of message, or you're going to be getting a message that's going to help you along this path that we were talking about. And I specifically think that you need to watch Tarot Pick-a-Piles, not necessarily mine, although if you resonate with any of mine when you hear this, that's great too. But there are other great readers out there as well, and you're going to run across at least one that is going to resonate with you and that you're going to need to watch, and it will give you some messages that you need that will help you along this path. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out there. So be on the lookout for that. That should come through for you soon. It might pop up in your video feed. You might do a little search and kind of see something that resonates with you. But don't force it. Let it come to you, and then you'll know it's the right one when it comes, okay? All right, let's see. We have the turtle, and this is interesting. I like all these animals we've got going here. We've got the rooster, we've got the seahorse, we've got the monkey, we've got the purple llama. What I see with all of these here is difference, is uniqueness, is also being able to kind of be proud of who you are. The purple llama I always see as being kind of a proud symbol of, yeah, I'm purple, but I am who I am, and there I am. And then seahorses are unique in the sea, and all of and the roosters, they crow about, what they're doing. They're like, look at me, look what I can do, and all that. So I really feel like you guys are going to gain a lot of confidence. You guys are going to feel a lot better about your life. You're going to have something to crow about. Like I said, you might get some accolades. I do feel like that is true for some of you guys for sure. That is definitely something coming your way. And that's going to make you kind of feel that way as well. We also have the unicorn too, which is just a symbol about wishes. It's a symbol about miracles and things coming true and things happening for you that you didn't expect. And I really feel like this is a really big manifestation group, that you guys are going to, pretty much anything that you want to manifest and have come into your life, you can manage to happen, I think, is what I think that's why so much was so jumbled earlier on, was, basically pretty much anything you guys really would like to do in your life or have happen in your life, you guys can pretty much have happen if you choose to go that route. If you want it to happen that way, you guys can make it into being. If you don't know much about law of attraction or manifestation or how to do those kinds of things, you guys specifically might need to look into that or work on that more, because I really feel like you guys are the pile that, you guys are the ones that could really draw on that energy more so than almost anybody else. All of us can do it. All of us have that ability, but not all of us know how to make that happen. Not all of us have that kind of at our fingertips. And you got to have the willingness to believe. You got to have the willingness to believe in miracles or things that are unusual or different, or believe that things can happen that you didn't expect, or that you can make things happen in your life that you want to have happen. You've got to be able to believe in it. And so you guys have to be able to believe in it to make that stuff happen. So look into that. If that is anything that even remotely resonates with you at all, do that, because then you guys can just have all kinds of wonderful, forget the 3-wish thing, you guys can have pretty much every wish available to you. So just to kind of throw that out there for you guys, just kind of let you guys know that. Let's go ahead and go on to our oracle spheres. Maybe you guys can get some other insights as well. If you're unfamiliar with this, basically what we do is we ask a yes or no type of question that has yes or no type of answers involved with it. Yes, no, maybe, possibly, not likely, very likely, things like that, those types of answers. And we have 4 stands. We have blue, silver, green, and gold. And then you pick which stand you would like your answer to appear on. And that way it's a little bit more individualized for each of you. If you want to work this other ways, other people have found other unique ways to work these stands. A couple of different ways is they might ask more than one question, like maybe 2 questions and pick 2 different stands for the answers. You might have a stand represent something specific and another stand represent something else specific, and then depending on what answers show up, it helps lead you certain directions or certain ways. So however you want to work it, whatever you want to do, there's no right or wrong way for this. It's just whatever resonates with you and whatever you want to do. I like having the interactive parts of the reading. That way you guys can be involved in it a lot more than just watching. So I really like that. All right, the number 1 blue is not likely. Number 2, gray, is a yes. Number 3, green, is a no. And the number 4, gold, is a very likely. Alright, so number 1, blue, is a not likely. Number 2, gray, is a yes. Number 3, green, is a no. And a number 4, gold, is a very likely. Alright, so there is your answers for your Oracle spheres for the week. Please remember to check out our other videos. We have lots of timeless tarot videos out there on lots of different topics. They might be of interest to you. We also do our rune readings once every week, and those have oracle spheres and angel numbers involved with those, so that might be something that you'd like to check out on Mondays as well. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up and leave us comments in the comment section. Although those things help the channel grow, we appreciate it greatly, and thank you very much in advance for doing those things. We look forward to seeing you again in future videos. We do put them out every single week, so we'll see you again. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the blue genie bottle here, we'll just set this off to the side. We will be looking at our charms a little bit later, and we will be looking at our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of your yes or no type of question that you get an answer to. Remember, I didn't really have a time frame in mind for these wishes. They kind of thought maybe within the next 6 months, but also they could just be general ones that you're just going to be receiving, for your life, even maybe, I'm not sure. So it just depends on what comes out here. But we're going to take a look here. We have our Lenormand card, and we're just going to see what our wishes are. Ooh, number 8, coffin. Okay. I know that sounds kind of scary, but don't let it scare you. Coffins are okay because they mean endings and new beginnings, and the 8 is a really good number here. It also has a 9 too, so a 9 of Pentacles. So, don't let it, freak you out there a little bit. Okay, we have the Star card. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. The 9 of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. Okay. The High Priestess. Ooh. The 3 of Swords. The 7 of Cups. Ooh, I really like this. Okay. The Magician. Oh, yes, for sure. The 9 of Pentacles again. And the 4 of Pentacles. All right. Well, this reading is very, very heavily pentacle oriented and spiritually intuition manifestation oriented. Okay, it heavily relies on both of those things. And so the way I kind of see that, but what I see here with this, okay, for most of you guys, first of all, I feel like this is going to be related to money matters, or at least what money can bring for your life and what it can do for you. As far as, or at least work-related matters that bring you money, things that you do for work that bring you money, and then you can use that for, things that you want in your life. What I see here with this, first of all, most of the time when this card pops up, it is kind of a negative card. It is a pretty negative card, and I know when a lot of you saw it, it probably really freaked you out. But the first thing I thought of when I saw it, and so this is the important part of the reading, is that, first of all, it means an ending to something. To me, it's an ending of your suffering. It's the ending of, it's being able to get past the things that have been limiting you, holding you back, keeping you from moving forward. the Three of Swords just kind of went along with that for me. When I saw that, to me, I see this as, okay, being able to put these heartaches, these crushing things to rest, to bed. They're finally over. The swords are in the ground. They're solid. They're done. They're finished. We're able to get past that now. Get past that heartache. Get past those crises. Get past those issues and move forward with the better parts of life. Move forward with uh, enjoyment of life. Move forward with things that we would like to do. Um, and because it was so heavily laden with pentacle cards, I saw that as being related a lot to your finances and those kinds of things, because pentacles mean a lot of other things. They can mean your health. They can mean your body. They can, earthly matters of all sorts. So it doesn't have to be your business, but in this particular case, I see it as that, because the 8 to me is a very much a business-oriented type of card as well. Okay, and so I kind of see that along with the Pentacles as being related to your money manners, being related to your work and so forth. So I really feel like this one is very heavily laden that way. But along with that is a very spirituality related energy as well. Okay, with the Nine of Pentacles, twice, by the way, because it was on this card as well, with the High Priestess, with the Queen of Pentacles here, and with the Magician card, and even with the Seven of Cups, because it's a very much a manifestation type of card. All of those energies going on there have to do with, and the Star card, I knew there was something else. So there's a lot of cards here involved with this that deal with your creativity, your intuition, your relation to spirit, and your manifestation abilities. Okay, so all of that type of thing rolled into one. And what I see with that for you guys' group specifically, this is kind of a little different than the way you would think of this reading maybe going. But I feel like you guys specifically have some spiritual abilities that I don't think you've really developed. I think you haven't really done anything with them. You might not even know you really had them. You might have even had them as a child, and then you buried them away because you were afraid or scared, something along those lines. I really feel that for you guys. I really feel like there is certain types of ability that you have that a lot of people have, or that all of us have, and to some degree. It's just a lot of us don't tap into those things very much. You guys have these more on the surface. You guys have these as just part of your innate who you are and your ability. You have very unique intuition. You have high creativity. You have the ability to manifest things in your life that you want to have happen. Even if you haven't really seen that in your life, I think if you look back at your life, I think you'll see a few things in common. I think you're going to notice some things that maybe you didn't know before. Like, for instance, whenever things were really kind of difficult and hard, you still always had at least enough of what you needed to get by. When and that could be money, that could be in anything. I would just, money's like the first thing that comes to people's minds, but there's other ways too. Um, you've gone through a lot of really rough times and a lot of things that were very difficult in your life. And I think those were kind of important things for you to go through. But you never, ever, ever totally lost your ability to hope and to dream and to wish and to feel like things could get better and that things can get better, and that you were always able to get back up. You were always able to move forward. You were always able to move on to something else. A lot of that has to do with your manifestation ability. A lot of that has to do with getting the things that you want out of life. And you have that ability in huge amounts. You guys can have the life of luxury that you want to have. You can have the life of relaxation and doing the kinds of things that you want to do. Now, the warning I'm going to give you here is we do have the Four of Pentacle card, which kind of shows a little bit of maybe being a little concerned about the things that you have and maybe uh, not always seeing everything that's out there and kind of dwelling on what has been and what has been and not what could be. And that energy can kind of block manifestations, or it can manifest things in the opposite direction of maybe the way you'd want it to go. The second pile also had some of this energy involved in it. So if you felt an energy or a resonation to see the second pile, maybe you should see that as well. But one of the things, and if you don't, that's fine too, but one of the energies involved with both of these piles is your manifestation, being able to manifest things, and the law of attraction might play an important role in the life for both of you guys. And so if you don't know much about it, or if you would like to look up some stuff about it or whatever, I would recommend it, because I think that might be something for you to realize that being in the right mind frame to be able to manifest the things that you want is very useful and very helpful. And being in that joyful attitude of like this particular Seven of Cups is, and look here, she's sitting down, she's relaxing under the tree, she's extraordinarily happy. Look at the star card, as above is below. I can have, pretty much everything here. I always like the star card too, because I always think of wish upon a star and, getting wishes. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. She has everything. All of her abundance, that she could possibly wish for. And I think you guys can too. You might have to work at it slightly. You might have to work at it in the way of not working as in physically working at a job or physically putting in that kind of effort. It's more of the effort of changing your attitude about things, I guess, is kind of what I'm thinking. But you guys, the wish that you're going to be able to be granted is having pretty much everything that you want financially in your life to be able to do the things that you want to do. Go out with your partner out on the town, sit at home and read a book, go out and just kind of enjoy things, or, run around outside, or, whatever it is that you would like to do with what you have. That is the wish that's going to be granted to you. But the only way it's going to be granted to you, there's a caveat on this, is that you have to tap into your natural abilities and follow your intuition as well. You guys have a huge, huge amount of intuition. You kind of just know things and you don't even realize that you know things. Follow that. Follow your guide in your heart and tell you where to do and what to do, because that will bring you what you want, okay, by doing that. Don't go along and do what other people tell you to do. Don't go along and just kind of plug along the way you have been. If your intuition is telling you to move somewhere else, do something different, move in a new direction, follow it, because your intuition is not going to lead you astray. It's going to lead you where you need to go, and it's going to get you what you want. Okay? So I just want to let you guys know that. Let's look at our charms and our oracle spheres in case there's any other wishes or clarifications on what we've already talked about. All right, let's see what we've got. We've got RAD, which I think of as rad. We also have RAND, which is rand. What I think of words sometimes. Like when I thought of rad, I thought, oh, that's really awesome. You know, it's a word that people used to use back a ways. That meant awesome or cool or that's really neat or that kind of thing. These could mean initials. They could spell out other words for you. They could mean something specific for you. I've got darn here. That can mean darn like oh shoot, or it can mean darn like fixing things like darning socks. Um, but like I say, with these could be initials. They could stand out for you in some way. Words could pop out at you when you see them. Okay, so just kind of let you guys know that when you go forward with that, because that's just something that you can do there. Okay, once again, you guys have lots of intuition. That's just showing through here, and you also have a connection with spirit, with the feather and the Pisces energy involved here as well. We do have some other stuff here. That's really important here. You have the magic wand. I really love that. That shows the manifestation that you guys can do. It shows that you can, create these things almost magically out of thin air. We do have some wonderful words here that will help us out with this, which I really like. We have dream and imagine and forever love and warrior. Okay. The dream and imagine I really love for you guys specifically, because if you guys can imagine it or dream it, you can manifest it into being very easily. But also, you've got forever love and warrior. I like the warrior spirit because we talked about you getting back up after being down, and that you just keep going and you keep working and you keep working through things. And I really like that, because that just kind of goes along with that and shows that. Um, we also have a message from Spirit, again, that showed up in another reading as well, another pile. To me, that just shows that Spirit is trying to guide you. It's trying to give you messages to help you along the way and help you go where you need to go. Um, One of the advice I gave the other pile, and it might work for you guys as well, is to go find some other pick a pile readings. And like I said, they don't necessarily have to be with me. If you find some that with me that resonate with you, that's great and that's wonderful. But other people are out there as well, that have wonderful pick a pile readings. But whichever ones resonate with you, whichever ones show up in your feed, whichever ones you go out and find and you're drawn to, and they resonate with you and you really want to go see it, those are the ones that you should watch, because Spirit is trying to give you guys some messages. They could also be doing it through angel numbers. They could be doing it through other signs and symbols and other things. But Spirit is trying to guide you. They're trying to give you messages to help you along your path and your journey and what you'd like to have. So I'm just letting you know that. We do have the Young and Strong. We also have the ribbon here. What I like about those is that they show that you do have that warrior spirit. You can move forward. You can continue to move forward in this life. You also have the helping hand, which is really good. That means you have a helping hand. And we also have the Six of Swords energy. The Six of Swords is the moving on energy. It's the moving forward. It's getting away from the strife and problems and other things. So at least that's the way I like to look at the Six of Swords most of the time when I see it. And that's the way I definitely see it for you guys' reading. Okay? Let's go here and see what our oracle spheres have to say. Now, if you've never done these before, basically what we like to do with these is you ask a yes or no type of question. Basically a question that gets an answer like yes, no, maybe, possibly, not now, very likely, unlikely, things like that. Answers like that. You ask your question, and then we have 4 different stands here. We have gray, blue, green, and gold. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you pick which stand you'd like your answer to appear on. That's the way I originally like to use these, but there's other ways that other people have found that they've used them that have been very helpful for them. And so I encourage you to do that as well if you find other ways to utilize them. Like I believe one person might ask more than one question and pick a couple of different stands, for each answer, an answer for each question. Another person might take a stand and have it mean something specific, and another stand and it means something else specific, and then depending on the answers that show up, it helps guide them in a certain way. So there's really no right or wrong way to do this. Whatever resonates with you, whatever works with you, whatever you'd like to do, that will help you along there. So let's just go ahead and get our answers and see where we're at. Number 1, gray, is a not now. Number 2, blue, is a very likely. Number 3, green, is a yes. And the number 4, gold, oops, not the right answer. Number 4, gold, was a maybe. All right, so number 1, gray, was a not now. Number 2, blue, is a very likely. Number 3, green, is a yes. And a number 4, gold, is a maybe. Okay, so there's our Oracle Sphere answers for the week for your guys' reading. I hope you guys resonated with this reading. I hope you had some answers that came through for you and that you really liked. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Share the channel with your friends and family. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And leave us comments in the comment section. Thank you very much in advance for doing all of those things. They all help out the channel greatly, and I really appreciate them. And I just wanted to let you guys know that. We do put out videos every single week, so do check out the channel. Check out our other videos. We have over 100 videos on the channel that might be of interest to you on different topics and different things. We also put out a rune reading every single week on Mondays. That includes the Oracle Spheres as well as angel numbers, so this might be of interest to you to check out as well. And since we do put out videos every week, we look forward to seeing you again in future videos. And may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.